Hey guys, it's your boy JP. I've been a trainer for 10 years, and in today's video I'm going to share with you how I managed to rebuild my body after being diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. Back in 2022 September, I was living in Argentina at the time, and I started noticing symptoms of soreness and stiffness around my body. For me, initially I didn't think these symptoms felt any different from the soreness you might feel after a hard training session. I first started feeling it in my shoulder, and I think it was a day or two after training back or chest or shoulders, and it was normal. So I thought it will go away after a day or two. After a day or two, it didn't go away, and I thought, okay, let me rest for a week. This is normal. Let me rest for a week. Let me take some ibuprofen, because it was really sore and stiff. I even struggled to lift my arm above my head, and it was strange. And after a week of that, I was still having issues, and it started to become a little bit concerning. I started taking ibuprofen, and it wasn't solving the issue. Over the coming weeks, the stiffness and the inflammation spread to my feet, and all of a sudden I found it difficult to walk around with slippers, and I had to start walking around barefoot because it was just aching me. However, I found I'd take ibuprofen in the morning and I'd be fine for the day. But then this became a habit. I had to take it in the morning, I had to take it in the evening, and I started to get worried. I started doing research and looking online to find out what might be causing the problems, and rheumatoid arthritis would pop up, but I didn't really believe this could be the case. I thought it could be something else or something temporary. Fast forward a couple more months towards the end of 2022, and I'm in a pretty bad way. I'm losing mobility in my wrist, my elbow is fully swollen, I can't fully extend it, and I'm in a really bad way. At this time I decided I had to fly from Argentina back to the UK to get medical treatment, because the UK, the treatment is free as a citizen there, and I just wanted to solve the issue because it started appearing serious. After seeing my doctor put me on naproxen, so I was taking that daily and just getting by, but things were getting really bad. And it wasn't until March, 3 months after I returned to the UK, that I finally got to see a rheumatologist, and after doing some tests, I was finally diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. And this was a very difficult period for me. I was struggling to walk, I lost a ton of muscle, I was pretty much down and out. I was unable to work in the gym because I had so much weakness in my body. I could hardly brush my teeth with my right hand. I couldn't even shave my hair. I couldn't do a lot of things because I couldn't even turn my wrists more than like this angle. Now I have full flexibility, but before then my wrist was locked and my elbow was still locked as well. I was put on methotrexate. I had to ramp up to that. It took about 6 weeks for it to kick in. And from the transition of just naproxen to methotrexate, I was taking prednisone as well. And it was a rough time because methotrexate was kicking in and I had no idea about the foods that were causing inflammation in my body. So I'd be still drinking milk, I'd be having red meat, and wonder why the same evening or the next day I was struggling to walk. However, despite these challenges, I didn't stop training. I didn't stop going to the gym. So I would go and I would do whatever I could. So that meant using machines mainly because my wrists were not strong enough to use free weights. I had to reset pretty much. So the weights I was used to doing, I was able to do about 15% of that. It was better than nothing. These gym sessions gave me hope. It just gave me an escape. I could put my music on or listen to something positive, an audiobook, and train and feel good. And even though I'd be limping back from the gym, thinking about ending it all, I kept on going because I feel I didn't have any choice. And eventually, after the weeks, after the months, the drugs started kicking in, my inflammation was reducing, and I noticed myself getting stronger and my muscle coming back. So I would find myself increasing the weights incrementally. And this would be a boost. Every week I'd see myself getting stronger. Eventually, after the months went by, I'd look at the mirror and notice my muscles coming back. And this felt great. It felt like I was returning back to normal, even though I was taking medications. And this period from about July, August, through to the end of 2023, this was more about figuring out what foods were causing issues. I had to make big changes, like changing my footwear. I would wear Converse shoes which had little support in terms of the sole, not much cushion, and after a couple of hours walking around in those, I would be limping for the rest of the day and the following days as well. I used to wear these leather boots and they were so uncomfortable that, again, after a couple of hours of walking with those, I'd be struggling to walk for the rest of the week. It was really bad. So I was just connecting these dots, adding two and two together to really figure out what was causing these issues, because the main issues I was still having was my feet, and my ankles were causing the most problems. Fast forward to the end of 2023, I was feeling a lot better, but I was still having problems. I continued to train, get stronger, get fitter, and it got to the point in 2024, around May, June, I had to stop taking the methotrexate because it was causing issues with my liver. That's the thing, with all these medications, there's always going to be a negative side effect. So even though they might reduce your inflammation, they're causing damage to your organs. So I had to switch up my medications. I found a rheumatologist. I was out in Mexico at the time, and she helped me to transition to, instead of methotrexate, to come off that and switch to sulfasalazine, leflunomide, and hydrochloroquine. One of those. I'm probably completely butchering the names here. And prednisone as and when I needed it. This made a difference, and it was a scary time because at the time she was recommending I go on biologics. So these are injectables, and I didn't want to do this because in Mexico, where I was at the time, this was going to cost about £1,000 a month to do this. Okay, if I was in the UK, I could probably get that for free, but I wasn't willing to do that, to travel back to the UK. Again, I had to double down on my nutrition because the way I was eating, I wouldn't be able to walk. I wouldn't be able to live any kind of normal life. Eventually, I got to the point, so 2024 through to the end of 2024, I moved to Colombia. And I moved to a city called Cali, Colombia, and this was another issue. Because of the smaller stature of the city, they didn't have the medications I needed always available. So I thought, let me just do this naturally with food. Let me figure this out. So I stopped the medications cold turkey, and I was good for the first week and a half, but after 2-3 weeks, it was bad. I was barely able to walk. I was using an umbrella to get around, and this was a bad situation. So I just had to forage for the medications I could, whatever they had available. It was very rare that I was able to have all the medications I needed at one go. So pretty much my whole time in that city in Cali, Colombia, I was pretty much having to go off 70 or 75% of the medications I needed at any one time. So it wasn't great for my health. Eventually in 2025, around June, I moved to Bogota, which is the capital city of Colombia. There I had all the medications I needed. So I was fully able to keep my inflammation under control. I was progressing with my training, and I switched my training mainly machines to body weight exercises because I found that whenever I do heavy lifts and I put a lot of pressure on my feet, this would cause inflammation afterwards. And that's why it's really important for you to train smart, to really understand how your body works, so you can train in an intelligent way. Because if I was doing all the things I was doing before, drinking milk, alcohol, smoking, heavy weight training days on my feet, I would be in a much worse position than I am now. So you want to have a system that works for you. If you're in a similar situation like this and you're dealing with rheumatoid arthritis and you're struggling and you want to rebuild your muscle, you want to bring back your confidence and relive your identity that you was used to living before you started experiencing symptoms, check the link below in the description. We can have a conversation to figure things out and get you back in your best shape ever. Okay, so mid-2025, I'm in Colombia, Bogota. Medications are fine, my training's good, I'm feeling great. Then I moved to Medellin and I continue to feel even better. I make mishaps here and there, I eat the wrong foods, I do the wrong thing, and that sets me back. But overall, I'm building more muscle, getting stronger. And fast forward to 2026, I moved to Brazil, and this is where we're at now. And I've completely transformed my body. I'm pretty much feeling like I'm in my best shape ever, even compared to before I started experiencing symptoms. And this is definitely doable, and you can do it too. My confidence is back, and even though if I do the wrong thing, I have the wrong foods for a couple of days at a time, I have to go on prednisone, I'm still way further ahead than when I first started. And there's many times I feel like I don't even have the disease at all. I feel completely healthy. So I can do it, you can do it too. There were times where I thought this might be impossible, but you just have to stay positive, keep a positive mindset. So I'm going to be posting more videos, I'm posting shorts as well. If you found this video helpful, please share with me in the comments what you found helpful about the video, what content you'd like to see coming up next, and I'll catch you on the next one.